My video for November the 23rd, 2019 is video number 3283. The title is A Planet of Insanity. I've listened to reports on the Democratic debate for the next presidential election in the US. They say Biden is in the lead with Elizabeth Warren in second place. To me, that's insane in light of revelations about both. Of course, it's interesting how many people in the US live on public handouts. According to the list I was sent, 34 states provide welfare income of over $22,000 for people on the dole. On top of that, in Hawaii, DC, and Massachusetts, people receive more in welfare than people working there. Of course, the US remains the greatest warmonger nation in history. It's hard to have peace when war is, as it has long been, the most profitable business ever devised. Of course, the wars are more covert as the weapons poison the skies, our waters, and even our bodies. And those who promote such things are in both parties. It's part of the system. No one, including Trump, can fix that without some kind of mass awakening. We live on a planet run by insanity. I'm waiting again till late in the day to record, and I have tweaked that blurb and changed things and added things, and it's not even what I first was going to record for this video as of this morning after the other video went live. I've totally changed things around, and that does happen from time to time, although I often write my blurb, as I've said in recent videos. I write my blurbs normally right shortly after the other one goes live. And sometimes they get scrapped, as I just described. Anyway, the Democratic debate was interesting. I did not watch it. I only listened to the reports on it. And of course, that's somebody else's perspective, not my own. But it's interesting. Bernie Sanders, of course, said some interesting things also. And I'm absolutely flabbergasted that with all the news that's out about Biden and his son and the corruption in the Ukraine, and Biden's son getting a job that had no experience and getting paid way more than anybody in the United States gets paid that works real jobs. And he had no experience, no expertise, but he was the vice president's son. That was his only qualification. Crazy stuff. And Elizabeth Warren got her scholarships because she was a minuscule part Native American and got in on a scholarship for her education system based on being Native American, which it's negligible, the amount of Native blood in her according to the DNA tests. Now, I read things, right? I don't personally run the tests or anything like that, but I am looking at an article that actually shifted the content of this video a lot, and that is the list of states put out by the Cato Institute. This is a 2016 study, so it's a few years before our current time. But the minimum wage in 33 states and the District of Columbia, the welfare recipients were greater than the minimum wage in 33 states. And as I said, Hawaii, DC, and Massachusetts pay more than people working in those states. So why work when you can live on the dole of government handouts? And that's basically all these things are. I've got the whole list of all these states, but it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, at least from my perspective. But everything is crazy. Everything is insane on this planet. And people wonder why I'm not completely on the Trump bandwagon. Because, quite honestly, some of the things that he's done, some of the people that he surrounds himself with, make me wonder. I won't believe in Trump until the sealed indictments are, and the military tribunals are actually held, and the people that have committed crimes against humanity are held accountable finally for the things that they've done. I mean, I think that's common sense, but of course, a lot of people that are educated by just watching television won't know that. I mean, even if they're on the internet, which programs do they look at on the internet? If it's just mainstream stuff, it's propaganda, it's lies. And, getting to the truth is the greatest challenge that we have as humanity right now on this planet, because we can't trust Republicans. We can't trust Democrats. We can't trust international bankers. We can't trust the global elite. We can't trust people that are uneducated even to make wise decisions, because they don't have the information to make wise decisions. They don't have the background of actually studying things. I mean, I've watched surveys with people asking easy questions, naming things in our history and stuff like that. But people don't know. People don't know. Average people on the street are unaware of so much that's going on. And with all of our information being gotten on our cell phones, which is another problem that I didn't even mention in the blurb, the cell phones spy on us, and probably so does my computers. And I say computers because I have 3 of them sitting right in front of me. 3 different computers. When I look over there, I'm looking at the other computer. I don't look at this one too much because that one's slow, and I use it once in a great while, but not that often. That's sort of a backup that I just keep. As I said, it's slow. It's the Acer, and the other 2 are both Dells. But in any case, folks, that's extraneous information. But I would love to see divine intervention occur that would somehow download the knowledge that we need to make wise decisions. I'd like to see, as I keep on saying, the codons that have been turned off, the junk DNA, in other words. I'd like to see that activated so that humanity would be uplifted. But of course, a lot of the technology, the war against humanity, is purposefully dumbing us down, purposefully poisoning us by putting fluoride in the water. Fluoride is not good, and yet you go to buy toothpaste. The active ingredient is stannous fluoride or some other kind of fluoride. It's in everything, and it's a waste product, folks. It's a waste product. We have been programmed to look everywhere but where we need to look. And where do we need to look? We need to look inside first. We need to come to an awakening inside that we are sovereign regardless of what we've been taught, regardless of what the controllers tell us about ourselves. We are not created to be slaves. We are created to be free individuals. But to be free individuals, we have to have some kind of knowledge. And that's why I say there needs to be an awakening. Otherwise, the insanity will continue unabated, and there will be no reasonable solutions for changing it. Because first, we need to have empowerment. Somehow we need to be empowered, and it needs to go beyond the money system, because the money system is a control grid. Anyway, I know I'm bringing up lots of things that are hot buttons for me and trying to get people to pay attention. And I do thank you for listening. Namaste.